the ropes, almost helpless. A minute to go.
He was already unconscious, but the punches kept coming. 29 of them on TV, a Cuban champion beaten into a coma, a referee who froze, and a secret that may have turned a fight into a death sentence. You've seen the clip, but you've never heard the full story until now. Crack open Latin America's boldest secrets, fact-checked, footnoted, and irresistible. I'm Arturo, and this is Latin Laura. From Latin America's history to mysteries and true crime to local legends, whispering Latin intrigue. Every tale is triple verified in archives before it reaches your headphones. Hit subscribe, fresh revelations drop every week, ready for your next campfire debate. He was 25, the undisputed welterweight king of Cuba in exile. Yet in 11 live television seconds, he fell helpless beneath 29 punches, while a referee froze and millions watched. Was it exhaustion, vengeance, or one vicious slur that turned a title bout into the most fatal knockout in boxing history? Don't blink. The hardest part of the story has never been told. Madison Square Garden, Saturday night, March 24th, 1962. Television lights bleached the ring to porcelain. In round 12, Emile Griffith stalked forward, funneling Benny "Kid" Paret into the red-white ropes. Uppercut, hook, uppercut, each blow a thunderclap inside the arena. Referee Ruby Goldstein hesitated, just long enough for 29 unanswered shots to rattle Paret's skull and sling him limp between the ropes. The garden thundered, then fell shock-still, a cathedral hush where a fight had been seconds earlier. Benny Paret was born March 14, 1937, beneath the sugar-sweet haze of Santa Clara's cane fields. Work meant swinging a machete at dawn, but his real wages came from street scraps won with skinny fists and a stubborn chin. By 13, he was Havana's amateur prodigy. By 18, a professional road warrior. When Fidel Castro outlawed pro boxing, Paret slipped north, carrying the Cuban flag in his heart and a welterweight dream in his kit bag. On May 27, 1960, he stunned Don Jordan to seize the undisputed crown, a beacon for exiles sipping Café Cubano in Miami diners. Emile Alphonse Griffith spent his days in Manhattan stitching women's hats, coaxing silk into roses, hiding a private life the 1960s condemned. Nights belonged to the ring, where his jab cracked like a carpenter's hammer, and his right hand finished the job. He dethroned Paret once already, on April 1st, 1961, only to lose a razor-thin decision 5 months later. Still, reporters called him a soft finisher, until a single Spanish word lit his fuse. 2 months after surrendering his belt, Paret jumped 12 pounds to challenge middleweight champion Gene Fullmer and absorbed 10 rounds of punishment. Bruised yet unbowed, he signed for Griffith Paret III a mere 93 days later. At the weigh-in, flashbulbs fired. Paret leaned close and spat "maricon," the ugliest taunt in Cuban slang, straight at Griffith's face. Griffith nearly lunged at Paret then and there, but was held back. Trainers yanked them apart. Cameras caught only smiles, but the fuse kept burning. Decades later, Griffith would openly identify as bisexual, but in 1962, being labeled gay could destroy an athlete's career. And in the macho worlds both men came from, it was among the worst insults imaginable. Round 6, Paret nearly finished Griffith with a flurry so wild the bell saved the challenger. Round 10, Griffith's right hand found its range. By round 12, Paret's eyes were slits, his legs rubber. Griffith drove him into a neutral corner and unspooled a barrage, head snapping, sweat misting, ropes groaning. Paret's arms drooped, yet Goldstein expected his trademark rally. The 29th punch sent Benny sagging like a marionette with cut strings. Only then did the referee dive in. Ringside reporters thought Paret had merely collapsed from exhaustion until medical teams saw his glazed stare. Ambulance sirens carved through Manhattan night. Surgeons at Roosevelt Hospital drilled into Paret's skull to relieve swelling, but the damage from 3 savage fights in 12 months was irreversible. 10 days later, April 3rd, 1962, Benny "Kid" Paret died of a massive brain hemorrhage. He left behind his wife Lucy, a 2-year-old son, and an American dream still waiting for final citizenship papers. Public fury exploded. Headlines screamed "Boxing on trial." Why had New York's commission cleared Paret so soon after the Fullmer beating? Why hadn't Goldstein stopped the slaughter? Referee Ruby Goldstein, a seasoned official with years of respect behind him, faced heavy criticism for not stepping in sooner during the fight. Some argue his delay was influenced by Paret's history of playing possum in the ring and Griffith's reputation for struggling to close out matches. ABC, rattled by viewer outrage, trimmed primetime boxing. Politicians floated national bans. Yet promoters counted gate receipts, and the sport marched on. Griffith defended the title again and again because rent and regret both come due monthly. He drank to sleep, fought to forget, won twice more at world level, and aged into slurred sentences. Dementia pugilistica's slow tax on the brave. Decades later, a documentary crew arranged a meeting with Benny Jr. In the cemetery's quiet, the champion who threw the fatal combination sobbed into the son's embrace, searching for a forgiveness he'd never give himself. Today, the Garden hosts pop tours and playoff buzzer beaters, but after the crowd clears, you can almost hear it. The rattle of 29 punches, the gasp of 19,000 fans, the split-second pause of a referee. Paret's name rolls off every most brutal knockout list. Yet the fuller legacy is a question that still stings boxing and Cuban-American history alike. What is the real price of victory when the final bell never truly rings? Listen closely. The echo is still counting. Thanks for trekking the hidden trails of Latin America with me. Drop your theories below, and until then, keep the legends alive and the facts on fire. I am Arturo, and this is Latin Laura. If tonight's story unsettled you, subscribe and ring the bell, because Latin America's darkest stories are far from over.